What is the difference between international master and women FIDE master in chess? In general, how does male and female titles correlate to each other in terms of playing strength in a game that seemingly do not require physical involvement like other sports, for example, tennis or boxing, let's say? In this video, I am going to play a match against women FIDE master Devina Devagharan, and we recorded our thought processes as game progressed separately to each other. And in this video, we're gonna put it together next to each other, back and forth, to show you some of the differences. In order to understand the context better, let's ask our modern friend artificial intelligence what are some of the differences and how titles are awarded in chess. On top of the list, we have Grandmaster title, the requirement for which is to cross 2500 FIDE rating. FIDE rating is World Chess Federation rating. Now, World Chess Federation rating and national ratings are a little different. Each country also has the national rating. Well, most countries do. Now, international master requirements is 2400 for only these two titles, Grandmaster and International Master. You need norms. Norms are made in a tournament where you play against other title players and you score particular amount of points. Basically, your rating performance needs to be above particular threshold. Performance is average of your opponent's rating in that tournament and your score. Okay, those two are the components, and you need to score particular amount of points. All right, after International Master title, we have FIDE Master title, requirement of which is 2300 FIDE rating. Then we have Candidate Master at 2200. And after these titles, we have National Master title, which is usually awarded by your national federation, and requirement of which a lot of countries have at 2200. That's what US Chess Federation requires. Now, about exclusively women's titles, we have Women Grandmaster at 2300, which also requires norms like male titles. Then we have Women International Master at 2200 and Women FIDE Master at 2100. Players can also earn titles by achieving certain results in tournaments such as World and Continental, Junior, and Youth tournaments. All right, I think that is about it in terms of the titles. Now, this has been a century-old question. Why do we even have women titles in chess? And recently, there has been a revival of the discussion after the strongest female chess player of all time, undoubtedly Judit Polgar, who was top 10 player among men at one point and has defeated the reigning world champion Garry Kasparov here. Let me show you the video.
Lately, I was thinking that is there something, let's say one thing that we could change, and then maybe the environment and the life of chess and girls and women in chess would change. And I thought that maybe it would be possible, and it would be just a very good try to test it at least, to delete the women titles. Why do we have women titles? Why don't you have title for 2000, for 22, for 23, for 24, for 25? Isn't it much better to have the rating titles and not that it's women or men? It does not matter whether I play on an open tournament or a women tournament. I'm aiming to get this title. This title belongs to my rating, not to the gender question. It's my strength, it's my knowledge, it's what I can perform, right? So I think that would be kind of a first step, which could be extremely simple solution, and it would not hurt at all, nor women nor men.
All right, what do you think? Do you agree or disagree on Judith's take on this? Now, I think it is going to require some social experiments and, more importantly, ecosystem from the chess world to make this switch. Now, I imagine that parents of the girls that are just getting started probably gonna welcome this, and a lot of competitive girls that play exclusively girls tournaments probably going to disagree, because their competition level is going to be very different. All right, so it's going to be harder to get prizes, even if they give out separate prizes for girls. Still, playing against men and then basically giving out the prizes among girls could still affect the competition. All right, so I'm actually very curious what the chess world's take going to be on this. All right, that being said, I think we are ready to jump into the game here that I played against Devina and see how it went. Do let me know what do you think, and please consider subscribing if you already have not done so.
Alrighty, guys, we're starting. Exciting. Okay, so we agreed ahead of time that it was going to be a 4 pawns attack.
All right, my part of the video had technical issues from the beginning of the video, so I'll have to show you manually first few moves of what happened. She starts the game with d4 queen's pawn opening, knight f6, and after c4 I choose to go with King's Indian defense. We had agreed this upon the game. She wanted to try her favorite opening 4 pawns against the King's Indian. Now let's talk a little bit about King's Indian defense, which is a hyper modern opening compared to modern style of openings where usually player tries to fight for the center, develop pieces towards the center, and then secure the king. With castling, hypermodern openings, you switch the order, you develop your pieces first, castle, and then you counterattack the center.
Okay, let's go for this 4 pawns. Okay.
Short castle, knight goes to f3. Now white has this very dominant center, and after black had finished castling here, it is time to counterattack the center. I chose to do this with c5.
Thing is, he's a IM, so I'm curious how often he's faced the 4 pawns as well as what he does against it. Okay, he does a c5 line, which I'm supposed to be most comfortable with.
Black needs some breathing air, so e6 to open up the center, and white plays bishop e2 to get ready to castle on the king side.
So here takes rook e8, knight d2 are kind of the main lines here, all theories so far. I believe there's some lines where there's b5 right away. That might be the one that throws me a bit off, because I know after b5 it's not a pawn sack, because there's ideas of, well, if I take here, he takes here. And if b5, if I take there, I believe there's still ideas of taking on e4 and sacrificing with like queen a5 check, and they regain this bishop back. So after b5, I know the main move is e5. It's just I am not super comfortable with the follow-up. Okay, so he goes bishop g4, which I'm happy to see, because b5 might have been the sharper line, which it is, and most people tend to not play that unless they know how to face e5 properly. So probably just gonna castle. Still in some kind of theory for now, so didn't need to take too much time there.
I took some time here thinking whether I should play b5 immediately, but this leads to very complicated theoretical battle, and I did not remember what the theory was. b5, now bishop b5 is not a good idea, because I'll have knight e4 and then queen a5 check to win this bishop back. However, the main line after b5 here is e5 to counterattack my knight. D takes e5, f takes e5, knight goes to g4 to attack this pawn in the center on e5, and after bishop g5 this gets wild, I would say. Right, my idea here was to eliminate this guy. Maybe play knight d7 first, because if e5, then I'll trade. Oh, e5 actually takes on f3. If he takes on f6, I can take on e2. You take here, I take the queen, he takes my rook, I take back, he takes the queen. What is the resulting position there? I think 2 rooks, 1 minor piece, and the bishop for queen and rook, and a knight I'll have left. So no, that's actually a queen for rook and the minor piece. So
now I'm wondering if some captures happen, if c4 is going to be his idea right away. I'm considering playing a4 just to ensure there's no b5 right now. So usually if he plays rook e on the next move, then I'll provoke h3, because then I take and defend e4. So I'm thinking of playing a4 right away. I'm wondering if a4 takes c4 will happen, then maybe like bishop e3. We'll see. But I'm gonna go ahead and play that for now. It could be nice to try to get my knight to c4 if...
Alright, a4 is a standard idea to secure the b5 square. So black does not expand on the queen side here with moves like a6 and b5. What if we put the pressure on the e4 pawn? How does white defend? I think I would like to do that.
And then here most likely h3 should still be buck as well, and then force this trade.
Right, h3 to kick the bishop away. Now I have to trade, otherwise that bishop is getting trapped in the corner of the board, so I definitely don't want to allow that. Now what? We parted ways with our bishop pair. Now, however, e5 is not happening anytime soon. I would like to expand on the queen side, and the way to do that is probably going c4 and maybe going like knight c5, putting the pressure on the e4 pawn. That pawn may get in trouble though. Let's say c4. What is white going to do actually on c4? Maybe bishop e3, but maybe then just rook c8. But that drops the a7 pawn. Alright, I like c4 anyways, freeing the c5 square for the knight.
Yeah, he goes for this. So if I give him what he wants, he's just going to park his knight here and pressure on this pawn, weakness here, queen b6. So the question is, if I play bishop e3, is this a thing? Because if that's a thing, that could be scary. So it takes f5, knight takes d6, rook takes e3, knight takes c4.
Let's see what to do if white plays bishop e3, trying to stop my knight c5, because then if I go knight c5, he could capture and get this monster center with e5 d6, queen a5. So bishop e3, queen a5, I think knight to b5 might be a possibility, then attacking the d6. But knight b5 we can take on e4, so that doesn't quite work. What is another option? Another option is actually simply to play a6. a6 in these positions is quite a useful move, not to allow knight b5 in general, so I like that. In the future we may be preparing for b5, and I don't see a way for white to exploit that immediately. Maybe they will go a5 themselves, but then we can go simply rook c8. We'll be defending the pawn on c4. We'll also be wanting to go knight c5. Yeah, I think I like that.
Okay, so my calculations are right. He can't take, but I don't want to leave this here for too long. So I'm thinking, okay, he might be going for b5 right away. Because if b5 takes, let's say this trade happens, and then I take here, he's threatening to take on e4, I think. So, one idea I was thinking is maybe playing a5. So if b5 I do en passant, and then maybe this pawn is weak and this pawn is weak. Just break so he doesn't have a pawn connected to this pawn. Because I don't think I want to give up my e-pawn. This is like my pride and joy. So I kind of want to keep that pawn. So I'm thinking here. It could be a liability for my rook, but I think I'm gonna commit to this move. I'm just seeing, cause yeah, here takes. I don't mind that the knight can't do too much damage. Let's go for it.
Okay, I think rook c8 is very natural here. If white does go rook a4, then I'm not sure what to do. Because knight c5, rook takes c4.
Rook c8, okay, so he's going for this. As I mentioned, that is an idea, so... You're gonna have to think here, because if I allow knight c5, let's just say it takes, I need to make sure I have e5 in the works. I cannot play knight a4, because I lose this pawn. So bishop d4, knight c5. And then what if I play e5? This could be bold. Very bold. Bishop d4, knight c5, push, takes. That knight goes to d7. e6 could be wild. This could just be... this could just explode right away. What if bishop f2? I just don't want the knight to hop in here. That's why I feel the urge to be quick. What if I drop back here? But I want support when I play this, so this feels just like, okay, push. Not playing this right. Yeah, I don't want to take there, because takes, then I lose this pawn and it goes downhill. So I'm committing to this, but I feel very shaky. Knight there. Okay, maybe it's fine. Like e6, takes, knight takes. Maybe queen d2 and I pressure d6. I'm just going to play it and not overthink it and see what happens.
Okay, knight c5. She clearly wants to go e5 if I do that, I would think, because otherwise then I'm creating a lot of threats after knight c5. So let's see. Knight goes to c5. White plays e5 probably to attack the center. We could retreat the knight immediately on d7, or capture on e5 and then retreat the knight on d7. Does that make any difference? What does white do actually if we retreat? So let's say here, knight d7. I'd probably maybe e6. Taking here I don't think is going to be any good, because bishop d4, queen d4, knight b3 will be an exchange, and I don't think white has enough counterplay there for the exchange. So e5, knight d7, e6, could take the pawn, or take check queen d4 first, then takes the pawn, takes back, knight takes e6, queen takes d6. What is that position? Knight goes to c5, like queen d8, rook d8, bishop d5, then putting the pressure here. Alright, that is not that fun. I don't think that looks that fun actually. Takes, bishop takes d4, queen takes d4, knight takes e6. She has this move, bishop d5. That looks interesting. That looks very interesting actually. Okay, let's go for it.
Okay, he's committing to it. It's about to get spicy, and probably not in a good way for me, but we're gonna see. Okay, e5, takes, right here. This is what I calculated, so. Push, takes. Knight goes back. e6. I mean, I gotta commit to this move, right?
Let's see, if I take, knight d7, e6. What are our options there? Maybe takes. That is even worse, but bishop g7, actually maybe bishop g7 here, king g7 takes, and we just take rook e6.
Yeah, I mean, this is being under attack. I'm forced into it because I don't want to take either knight right now. That'd be really bad. And here, I mean, knight b3, so I'm just gonna go for this.
Yeah, she goes for it. Let's see. Takes here, e6. Bishop takes d4, queen takes d4, pawn takes e6, pawn takes e6, knight takes e6, bishop d5. Wow. Knight c5, queen takes c4. I may be in trouble there. So I don't think I can do that actually. Maybe I should just go for knight d7, e6, bishop takes d4, queen takes d4, knight b3, queen moves away. I have some type of move, queen f6, but that's very difficult to believe that that could be any good. Or is it? Can that be any good? It's a crazy line actually that I'm thinking right here. Knight d7, e6, bishop d4, queen d4, queen to f6. What do you guys think about that? So that's a wild line, huh? Takes here, e6, bishop takes, queen f6 there. Alright, I think I'm gonna go for this.
Okay, yes, he was thinking right away, which I was thinking in here I would just take right away. So takes. Or, no, actually, here probably takes here, yeah? And then I take here, maybe? Takes. That was, thinking of pushing and just seeing what happens. So takes. I think I commit here. So takes, check, takes. He can't take with the rook because bishop d5. And if here takes, knight takes, I think I have queen takes d6. So if he takes here first, then I'm thinking of takes. And if knight takes, I take on d6. And if rook takes, I play queen d4, check and take. I don't know. This could be really stupid, but I'm going here.
Very interesting position actually. Probably e6 is, I think, critical. I don't think opening up my king like that is a good idea. Taking takes. So I think I'm forced bishop d4, queen takes d4, and queen to f6, trying to trade queens. Where does the queen retreat? I believe the queen is going to retreat maybe f2, d2, or d1. Queen d1, we can just take on e6 right there. Takes. Oh, he could take here. That's not looking that great, actually. So I don't think we have an option.
Queen f6, damn. Alright, well that was definitely not in the cards, was that? Okay. Okay, if I take with check, is he gonna play king takes? Probably. I don't want to trade queens, do I? Because I feel like that's just good for him. With the knights on the board. Okay. Well, if I play queen takes c4, knight takes e6 is gonna happen. Well, yeah, that is gonna happen. Yep. Okay, if I go back here, knight here is gonna... Well, actually, if I go here, that out of my zone right now. Okay, I'm thinking of just... I just want to keep kings on the board. I feel like if I take, his pieces are just too coordinated, my pawns are too separated. That opening this up was just not worth it. So I'm gonna go here. Wait, okay, maybe like... No, because then knight d3. Queen e3, but then I'm pinning my pawn. What if I go back? If I just go back and don't allow this? Wait, where's that knight going? Like there? Wait, okay. I gotta make a move, huh? Okay, hold on. I gotta play faster. If I go here, I like that, right? Queen takes f4, so maybe here. Knight b3. I feel like it matters. Obviously, I know it matters. I can't even explain why I'm stuck between these two. Okay. I think I just moved back.
So I think I will retreat knight on f8. Now knight on f8 is going to be very awkwardly placed. So that's not something I'm proud of. Maybe a move like f5. Ooh, f5. That looks oof. Because takes. Knight takes bishop b7. That's too much, right? Look there. Okay, I have to go.
My idea is if here, maybe bishop g4 to threaten f5 and have ideas here. So here, here h5 might be, no, but then I take, okay, so here, or do I take first and then put my bishop on g4? Don't know how good that is. Let's try. This could be wrong, but getting lower on time. I know this move is probably going to be a surprise. I don't know if this is really a good move, to be honest, but my idea is bishop d4 and f5. I think I should have kept the tension here most likely because I took away d5 from my piece as well. I don't know if this was a good time to do that, but we are doing it. So plan is bishop g4, rook c7 is most likely to double up, and then I was going to go for f5 and see. I don't know what he's going to take with, but this might have been a turning point. Like, there was some tension, maybe now he's just fine. I don't know how grave of a threat f5 is.
Oh, she takes first. Alright. Take with the queen takes, bishop g4, rook c7, f5, maybe rook to e7. Takes there, queen takes. My king is very much exposed there. Let's consider if we take with the bishop, king, bishop g4, here f5. That's even worse, right? Yeah, that is even worse.
Okay. I was thinking of playing f5 right away. It takes bishop g4. And if takes bishop g4. So thinking of playing this anyways.
Immediately f5. Or if you take the guy. Bishop h5, knight g6. We have bishop g4, rook e5. Queen c2, knight d3. How is white going to attack the pawn on f5? We go knight queen f3 maybe. Okay, knight here, bishop takes, rook f8. It looks like a lot of pressure, doesn't it? There, okay. Bishop g4, I think, is likely going to happen. Rook goes to e5, queen f3. Let's see. How do we defend there?
Here knight g6, and then if I drop back, this rook e5 thing is still in the way. Okay, let's go ahead and play it though. Okay, just gonna play it. Yeah, no rook e5 is coming, which unfortunately I missed this move. If not, I would get this pawn back. No way. Oh, wait. Wait. Can I still take? If takes queen g4.
Oh no. Oh no, I blundered. Oh no.
Wait, I'm turning here. And takes. And if takes, I have queen g4. I think he might have missed this one.
I definitely blundered this. Oh no. Very nice tactic by Devina. Okay, rook takes. We go rook here. Bishop e6 is a trouble. So we have to take actually. I don't think I have that much of a choice. Takes, check, knight g6, rook takes. Okay. Do we prefer to go knight to g6? Or queen to g6? Queen g6, queen f5. Ay. Okay, we have to.
Don't take. Okay, does it matter what I take with? Probably the queen, so my pawns don't get doubled. Because the two knights, right? This is just an exchange, so it's not like...
Okay. See how she converts it.
Need to bring this rook into the game. So maybe rook here. I want to play this move. I want to get rid of a knight. Because they're annoying as heck. So, wait, okay, here. If they're check, right? I think so. I think I can do. Wait. I hate that sound. Anxiety. Check here. No, I should be okay. Wait, if I go here. Check here. Take. Rook e8, rook f7 here. G4, rook e8.
Let's see, knight e8, king goes to h6, knight takes c7, knight takes e1.
Oh, wait. I cannot think right now. Okay. Yeah, there. Maybe I keep the rooks. I want it. There must be a mate.
Am I getting mated also? Whose pawn is promoting first? Ah, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah.
Oh, I won. Oh my god. I thought I was gonna throw that endgame so hard. Oh my goodness. Good
Very
game.
nice game. Very nice game. Wow. Wow. So Chad was right. I shouldn't have tried the 4 pawns.
I thought I was throwing that there. Did I have like a mate before I overcomplicated my life or no? Knight of 7.
I mean, it looked very bad for me. My king ended up. So I'm assuming yes, there had to be a mate somewhere.
It says mate in 10, so maybe there wasn't something super quick when the rooks were together. Okay, I guess not. I thought I was missing a mate.
Yeah, I didn't see concrete either here. I'm looking at it now.
That should be a crime. That with a beautiful 2 rooks and a knight, there was no
mate. No
Yeah.
immediate mate.
I was thinking like, okay, maybe I push my G pawn up, but I was like, it would be very neat to try to do that, and then you take on B2 and just promotes, and I just lose the game.
That's
So,
what I was hoping for, but no, I think you did very well.
Well, first I didn't realize I had bishop takes f5 until after you played rook e5, because I was like, oh, I missed rook e5. Now I'm not gonna get this pawn back, and I thought it was just over. And I was like, oh shoot, wait, does this work?
Yes, I totally missed bishop f5 too. In there, yeah. Apparently, you are a +1 computer likes that with white. I did feel like my king was really loose, but I didn't realize you could come in that quick.
Yeah, I mean, with this e5 idea is like, it's one of those ideas where the minute you have that chance where it's good enough to work, you have to play it. Because I was saying to the chat, like, if you played knight c5 on move 16, like, let's say it's your move again, the minute you play knight up d7, just all my chances are just gone, I think.
Yes, that was my plan. Exactly. I actually thought we wanted to actually review it like from the start.
Yeah.
I'm looking at, okay, so first 10 moves. Well, actually, instead of bishop g4 there, I think rook to e8 is the main move, right?
Yeah, rook e8, knight f d2.
Oh, you go knight f d2. I thought there is a crazy line there that I didn't remember. Something with e5, is it there? E5 takes
Yeah,
Knight
Yeah, yeah.
g4, e6,
E6.
and it gets wild.
Yeah, I thought as well along those lines, like if you didn't play bishop g4, b5 right away is a sharp line, and then I have to play e5 as well. And I was like, if you play that line, it's going to be a bit iffy because I'm like, I know of it, I've played
Oh
it, but
yes,
it's very
yes,
sharp.
yeah, yeah. I should look more into it. Actually, I didn't realize you play 4 knights, or I would have looked into it. I haven't seen this in forever, but very fun positions.
Yeah, yeah. And then I thought move 20 was a critical moment because I was like, if I just trade, I just think my position's just withering away.
Move
When the
20,
queens are up.
let's see. Yes, no, absolutely. I think they're, well, okay, bishop e3, then, okay, I'm looking at, you're at move 20, right?
Yeah,
Knight
when you
c5,
offer the queen trade.
yes. Oh, apparently knight f2 d7 was a little inaccuracy. It would have been better
Mm-hmm.
on move 17 on my part. Apparently knight f7 instead. I should take. I was thinking here actually, should I take immediately on e5 or um, should I play immediately knight d7 or should I take on e5 and then play knight f7?
See, that's exactly what I was thinking, and I thought you would take and then play knight of d7.
I couldn't
Because
quite
if
tell what difference
Mhm.
does it make. Apparently it does make. I still don't understand it. What is the difference there? Knight. So let's say d e f e knight d7. You go e6, I assume. And
Yeah,
here I was thinking that opening up the center is probably in your favor because you have a bishop
yeah,
and bishop is a better piece in open positions. That was my thinking process. But fe, bishop takes g7, king takes g7, de. Oh, and apparently I have this move knight f6 or knight e5.
I guess you're not in a rush to take this
Oh, the
pawn back.
e6 pawn. Okay, that's actually very
Yeah,
nice, but I
yeah.
don't think that's an easy move to see.
No, no, going through all those captures was a bit tricky. That's what I was wondering too. Because I guess if we go into that similar line,
Uh,
which is like what happened, right? And then, yeah, if you took on e6 takes, I guess this d6 pawn is just a liability, right?
yeah,
Having
exactly,
up there.
exactly. So I guess it was the counterintuitive there.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. No,
and
that's what I think I took some time. Yeah, I mean, I knew if you play knight c5, I kind of was forced into e5, but I took like 2+ minutes there because I was like, okay, there's takes or knight d7 right away. What are the differences? I was trying to like work through those.
yeah, yep. Okay, let's see. Then after bishop d4, queen d4, queen to f6. This queen d1 was nice actually.
I was
Not
debating queen d2 or queen d1, and I chose not to do queen d2 because I was worried about knight b3 if you got a free move or something.
Yeah, and then other knight
Um,
on c5, right? It does look
yeah,
like most my minor pieces are leaving the king, and probably not for good. And my king looks quite exposed, but at least I'm getting knights in the game, and I think thing that I was happy about is I have queen d4 check also, and if I need to trade queens after, let's say knight b3, knight c5, for example, if I get one more move, and you don't,
exactly. That's why I didn't want to trade queen. So I thought queen d1 with the idea of like f5 right away or bishop g4 f5, and then that way even if you play knight b3, I was like I was prepared to just sack the rook and
yeah.
see if I can make something happen on the king side.
Yep. Okay, yeah, 20. Then after queen d1, knight f8. Apparently f5 yeah, was really strong. Yeah, I was really worried about f5 actually immediately.
Yeah. See, I was starting to get a little bit low on time, so
Yeah,
I was like, do I want to play f5 right away or do I want to take and play f5? And I knew taking on f7 wasn't good because it just opens you up to breathe more.
yeah.
So I was like, that was probably an inaccuracy, but that was like the move I didn't think much on. I was just like, I'm just gonna go for that, play bishop g4, f5, and then
Yeah.
I decided to play f5 right away. But yeah, f5 right away, and then if okay, so yeah, queen takes bishop g4, and then f7 is the issue, and then if you take with the g pawn, also bishop g4, then takes, and I guess I win the pawn back safely.
I look. My king looks very exposed there,
Yeah,
especially on light squares. You gotta have a lot of fun.
yeah,
Well, okay. After rook e5, I guess it's over, right? Really, because bishop f5 and I
hmm
can't really move the rook. Yeah, then it's pretty much
plus
lights out.
yeah.
I think.
So was the okay? Oh, so I guess after f5. the last chance was just move the queen and ignore my pawn.
Yeah, it is or takes actually on f5 or immediately queen e7. Okay, that makes a lot of sense actually. Queen e7 and that way if you take on g6, then I'll probably take back with the knight. Okay, that probably is going to be still challenging. My king still looks exposed, but if I manage to play maybe like rook f8 and bring the other rook to e8, then I
Yeah, I
should
think
be getting some activity.
maybe the only disadvantage or thing you might have to work out is what to do with the knight on c5, because if I play bishop g4, you might not want to move the knight,
Yes,
right?
I'm gonna keep that knight there forever. Maybe queen e7, there bishop g4 immediately without trading on g6 first, because that way you keep the f5 pawn. Like you can go f6 maybe at some point.
Yeah, no, I'm probably not going to take there from just like if I was in the shoes here, because I don't want your knight to come
Yeah,
out.
probably just bishop g4. I'll have to play rook c7 maybe, and
Yeah.
or maybe queen e3 check, then rook c7. Not sure. Yeah, no, but I think I would still definitely pick white there. It would still be a game for sure. It would require some precision from you, but I think white still is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess like I mean, because I thought this was all like c4, like going back to like move 13 and stuff. This was all like pretty much
Yeah.
theory. A6 is not something I see too often.
Yeah, I was not sure actually what to do with that pawn. I was thinking if I do immediately rook c8, maybe a7 would be hanging, but apparently computer says that's not really the case, and I should have played rook c8 anyways. Yeah, a6 may have been slow, but I thought in the long term that was a nice thing since it also stops knight b5. But knight b5,
I think the oh sorry, I was just gonna say I think the thing with rook c8 is I can take on a7, but you value that knight on c5 and
I don't
very
mind.
strongly, right? So I guess it's like a positional
Sacrifice. I can also play
Yeah.
b6 probably and get that bishop kind of trapped on a7.
So like forcing me to play a5.
Maybe
if
yeah,
you play
a5. I
b6.
think you should play a5 and then I'll take back and then I have c5 square again. So that would
Right. Okay, so I wouldn't take on a7 then, I guess. That seems too risky.
yeah. Wow, very interesting positions. So
Yeah.
maybe I should asking you, coach. What do you think I should be working on?
I mean, always good to brush up on the four pawns. Well, I mean, I'm a very like positional player, I would say. I mean, ever since I was a kid. Like, okay, I don't study much for myself anymore, but
Yeah.
I think the reason I enjoy the four pawns, even though it is positional, but obviously it's very sharp, is because I've been playing it for like my whole life, right? So it's like
Okay.
I know like the ideas. It's just the four playing against the four pawns or with the four pawns is this mix of there's a lot of specific ideas that have to be executed in a timely manner, and then getting those done. So it's like when I play, if I miss out on my chance to play e5, I'm just like done.
Yeah.
And then if my opponent gives me e5, then sometimes they're done. So it's
Yeah.
like very sharp in that sense. So that's why I find it fun. It's like my one fun opening.
No, I agree. Hamster is right. I should have listened to chat.
Play the English.
and play the England. He couldn't have gone worse than this. And exactly, I would have had $20 for my loss. Well, okay,
Yeah,
I'll know
it's
better.
fine, so, yeah.
I'll know better next time.
We'll have to do a rematch again with the four pawns and see how we do.
Yeah, no, I'm up for it. And this time I'll actually learn the theory, how to play against it. So I'll know.
That will inspire me to. I say that will inspire me to brush up on my theory to make sure I don't get crushed, but I will probably forget to do that. But good game.